Hey guys, and welcome to my vlog for Mark233. I'll be telling you about my favourite everyday activity, gaming, just with a brief background to why it's such a widely enjoyed and growing industry. Around year 7 I got to really into playing games online, making new friends, just to escape from the trouble of being in the early years of high school. This also allowed me to escape and embrace that feeling of separating myself from reality, to enjoy the moment and remove daily stress from my life. The industry of gaming has grown largely popular due to people seeking to unwind and enjoy a form of entertainment that they have control over and can deeply engage with. Gaming provides many, including myself, a larger range of game selections across many devices like PC, phone, or console, which has largely contributed to its large market growth. Online gaming has changed the consumer behavior of people with interests like myself to purchasing gaming products digitally due to the ease of access and does not need to remove themselves from that comfort space. For this vlog, I'll be going through 3 main concepts that really connect to gaming, these being instrumental conditioning, personality, being introverts versus extroverts, and finally going into motivational conflicts and how that interacts with the gaming. Instrumental conditioning, also known as operant conditioning, occurs when a consumer learns to perform behaviors that produce positive outcomes and to avoid those that yield negative outcomes. The responses in instrumental conditioning are more complex and may deliberately unlike the involuntary nature of conditional conditioning. This learning occurs in people and myself when we are rewarded for completing the desired behavior. This takes over a period of time to develop, where we abandon any behaviors that do not reinforce or reward us. Over time, and learning the desired result, we will choose products from brands that make us feel good or satisfy a need where we are rewarded in a way. With this, instrumental conditioning occurs in 3 ways: through positive reinforcement, which is the reward for doing the behavior; negative reinforcement, where we didn't get a reward because we didn't do the desired behavior and will be avoided next time. Finally, punishment occurs when a response the consumer has is followed by an unpleasant event which reinforces that we need to change our behavior to be desired to get the reward. How does this concept play into gaming, and me personally? Well, in many games we're aiming for a reward or rewards, an end goal. This typically is through an objective, a mission, defeating a boss, or overcoming a difficult point in a game. This is the occurrence of positive reinforcement in a game. These rewards like currency in-game, a new item slash ability that makes you stronger, and I would personally continue to perform this positive behavior to avoid not getting said rewards in the game and not having a negative outcome occur. When I play a game, I find that punishment in gaming, with games like Dark Souls or Sekiro, I face that punishment of losing my money, souls and currency, need to improve myself, so I take the needed measures to avoid repeating how I done it, and then overcome the boss fight to be rewarded positively and have that positive reinforcement, which makes me want to keep playing and improving my personal skills, but also in-game progression. The second concept I wanted to mention for gaming is personality, where a consumer's personality refers to the unique psychological makeup and how it consistently influences the way they respond to the environment. Within our personality, there are 2 main different personality traits, these being introverts, who require fewer stimuli and are more comfortable with focusing on themselves on the inside and enjoying their alone time or small amounts of people, whereas extroverts, they are consumers who enjoy more stimulation and boost their dopamine levels through reflectively outwardly and spending time with others and larger groups rather than being alone. Introverted people tend to purchase due to personal influence rather than from social influence, due to them typically gather of information before making purchase decisions are more introspective, compared to those consumers who are more extroverted, being influenced by social trends and opinions and others, as they want to appeal more to people and build that relationship with them, but also the products and brand they purchase, establishing loyalty. These 2 different personalities dictate what activities they engage in and how they get stimulus and dopamine from them. For my everyday activity with gaming, it heavily attracts introverted customers like myself more than the very extroverted people. I feel the main aspect of escapism and immersion draws me and others into the world of gaming. It solidifies the nature of being an introvert and enjoying my own company and engaging in activity without need to socialize or leave my comfort zone. Also, being an introvert influences what types of games I enjoy spending my time on, these personally being more single-player games that don't often require the need for assistance from others or being social. I have found that I can be more immersed and escape from my stress in single-player games. Looking back on my time playing games, I've always gravitated to these ones compared to more larger multiplayer games, in which you can roleplay and make your own adventure through the game, deciding over the events that really provided my introverted personality behavior with stimulus that fulfills my needs to escape from reality and immerse myself in another world, away from others and away from the stress of daily life like uni work. The last concept I wanted to talk about was motivation. This is the process that leads people to behave as they do, and it occurs when a need is aroused that the consumer wishes to satisfy. With this comes a state of tension that drives the consumer to reduce or eliminate a need. These may be a utilitarian need or may be a more hedonic need, with marketers and companies placing an emphasis on either one to then negate any negative aspects of the opposing need. Within motivation, there is one key concept, motivational conflict, which I wanted to touch on further here today, which impacts the buying behavior of consumers. This occurs because they will often find themselves in which a different motive will be both positive or a negative, or have conflict with one another. As you can see, there are three types of motivational conflicts, these being the approach, the approach avoid, and the avoid. When these tensions arise, mainly between the approach avoid and the avoid, this is where the theory of cognitive dissonance reduction, a state of tension, occurs when beliefs or behaviors conflict with one another. Cognitive dissonance reduction is the process by which people are motivated to reduce tension between beliefs or behaviors and thus eliminate the tension. Motivational context connects to me and gaming every day, mainly through the approach and avoid conflict. Gaming is a leisure, relaxing activity that does take up time away from another more stressful and demanding activities. For me, this is always university work, whether it's just notes and study or assignments. There arises the conflict between me wanting to play games and enjoy my day, or do the work that has a due date and is required from me to complete my subject and do well. So to deal with this, I either, instead of choosing one or the other, I make a compromise which influences my consumer buying decisions, where I choose games that don't need heavy investment to get enjoyment out of, and that I can just play a little bit a while and then proceed to get my uni work done, or partly done, while taking breaks with the game to get that stimulus and dopamine.
In summary, gaming has been an experience of an everyday activity that has been heavily influenced by the consumer behavior concepts of instrumental conditioning, personalities being introverted behavior like myself, and then motivational and the motivational conflicts that occur with, say, university and gaming. Well, I want to thank you for watching my video, and I hope you have a good rest of the day, and I hope you enjoyed learning about gaming and its consumer behavior concepts.